When people set out to do things that they don't know for sure they can do, they are taking huge risks, jumping out of safe nests into the unknown. But in doing so, they usually achieve far more than what they expected when they started. They not only find in themselves more than they thought was there, but also inspire others to reach beyond their boundaries. People who have taken this leap of faith often develop a passion for helping others step out of their comfort zones as well, and these people are essential to our culture. They are the people who inspire those who don't know the depth of their own talent, and encourage those who doubt they even have talent. Sometimes it's hard to find these people because they are not about self-promotion. Journeys on Film exists to bring these people into the light, knowing that this will increase the number of other people they inspire. Our first series focuses on Vox Academy, a nonprofit voice training school and community in Southeast Portland. Here's Nevada Jones, a Vox Academy faculty member, to tell you a little bit more about him.
Vox Academy is a voice training school. It is a safe place to explore your own unique voice. We're dedicated to the idea that everybody's voice is inherently beautiful, also inherently unique. There is no voice like yours in the world. Our teaching methods are both holistic and rooted in classical technique that goes back hundreds of years. But that said, we aren't only doing classical music. We have singers of all stripes and all styles who come through our doors, and we on faculty are also singers of all stripes. At Vox Academy, we offer private voice lessons. We offer group classes at different levels, starting from ground zero. Musicianship classes, we have the Healing Voices Choir, we have even yoga classes, we have performance opportunities, we have Performance Studio. Performance Studio is an opportunity for a voice student to sing in front of an audience. And no matter how much you've worked on your piece up until that point, having an audience in front of you can always be a little bit jarring. It always adds this element of nerves. So what do? It gives you a whole new perspective on this other muscle you've got to work as a singer and a performer, which is your performance muscle. Peter Fullerton is a faculty member at Vox Academy, and in this performance studio, he'll be singing a song from Kiss Me, Kate.
I'm preparing this song for an audition / singing contest for the Portland Violins Chorus. So the winner of the contest gets to sing a solo in their concert. And I prepared a song, and this is really quite terrifying for me. But I think it'll be fun, so of course. Yeah, and slower than it. Okay.
We're all breathing with you. Breathing for you, babe.
I also might get the giggles. Okay.
You're modeling very
Okay.
well.
Yeah, really. Okay. Singing through the okay. Oh, Bill, why can't you behave? Oh, why can't you behave? How in hell can you be jealous when you know, baby, I'm your slave? I'm just mad for you, and I'll always be, but naturally.
That's a great laugh. Go with it, babe. Yeah.
If a custom tailor vet asks me out for something wet, and the vet begins to pet, I cry hooray. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my the boss of Boston, Mass. Though his past is middle class and not black bay. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. There's a madman known as Mac who is planning to attack. If the mad attack means a Cadillac, okay. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. I could never curl my lip to a dazzling diamond clip. Though the clip meant to let her rip, I'd not say nay. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. I've been asked to share a meal with a big tycoon in steel. If the meal includes the deal, except I may. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. There's a royal man known as Tex who is keen to give me checks. But his checks, I fear, means that sex is here to stay. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way.
You're a great man. Great. I know. It's made for you. It's made for you. Okay. So first of all, knowing that you don't want to finish it like that, right? The laugh, if it comes out, is wonderful, right? Wasn't it? I mean, and it was so great. And what's so wonderful about laughter is that it's free. True laughter is just like the freedom of the voice just powers out of the body. And if you can kind of take that lesson and translate it into, okay, there's the freedom of the breath, there's the freedom of my body, and all of that, right? Okay, so you've been working with the microphone, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. And you are going to be using microphone in the audition and in performances, right? They
Yeah.
use the microphones like that. Okay. How do you feel about, and I know that there were all kinds of things I'm not even going to ask you what you want to improve upon, because I'm sure that you have a whole long laundry list of what you're thinking. But it was great. It was really marvelous.
Thank you.
You are such a naturally animated performer. You don't even need to think about doing anything extra as far as performance, because you just naturally do it. And the one thing that I might suggest, just for kids, would be if you started it a little less animated and let it build into something more within that. Or use some of the structure of the song, how you always go back to, but I'm always true to you in my fashion. I have this and this and this and this, but I'm always true to you in my fashion. Maybe using a moment of finding yourself physically grounded and really calm and powerful for maybe that line each time. It kind of helps you find your place once again. And then you're animated and you're telling me a story, and then, but I'm always true to you in my fashion. And I think sometimes if you can build that into a song, it can help us feel more grounded and in control of our performance and what we're doing. So I don't know if you want to give that a try or just kind of stick it in the back of your head. And because you are so animated, naturally, just see what it feels like to start a little less. And you've got all this room to grow as the song continues to grow.
Sure.
It has such a natural build, right? So trust that.
Okay.
You're doing it beautifully.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then you give us that treat at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
We're trying to intro a little more in time. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Bill, why can't you be share a meal with a big tycoon in steel. If the meal includes a deal, except I may. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. I could never curl my lip to the dazzling diamond clip, though the clip meant let her rip, I'd not say nay. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. There's a royal man known as Tex, who is keen to give me checks. And his checks, I fear, means that sex is here to stay. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way.
How did you feel about that?
Good.
It was very entertaining, and just so you know, and I know it has a lot to do with all kinds of things, but we caught a lot more words this second time.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right? Yeah, so of course that's important. It's hysterical. It's an hysterical song, right? I mean, so you can go wherever you want, but you're such an animated performer that the craziness of the song, along with your natural performance, is plenty big and fun. But I love saving a little bit more for it.
Yes. I mean, it feels.
You know, yeah. Marvelous! Yay! We need to get a timer going, right? You want to do that? You've got it. Okay. Oh, so was this set for him? Oh, you still got 3 minutes. You want to do it again? Do it again. Yeah, I didn't know we had that going already. Perfect. Yeah. No, but at this point, I also want to say that what I forgot to say in our little intro was that we have 2 performers today who are doing the PATA auditions tomorrow, which is the Portland Area Theater Alliance, and they bring lots of different companies together and they do auditions for them, and the main auditions for the year are tomorrow. So we have 2 people who are preparing for that as well. So we have a lot of the stage, musical theater, performance stuff going on. So this is great.
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
just do one time through.
Yeah.
One the second ending. Okay.
So what can you improve upon? What do you want to improve upon that'll make you
I
feel
would
better?
like to breathe more.
Okay, that's a good goal. For all of us, yes.
It's always a safe one, apparently.
Oh, Bill, why can't you behave?
Okay, now wait and just say behave. Behave and slave are such funny words. The way they are in here, right? Behave, right? Just and slave. Make the most of that, right? Really make the most of those 2 words, okay?
Oh, Bill, why can't you behave? Oh, why can't you behave? How in hell can you be jealous when you know, baby, I'm your slave? I'm just
Here is singer, longtime student Phyllis Brzozowska singing 10 Minutes Ago with a little twist at the end.
Just a note before this song, when I was learning it, my teacher thought it needed 2 verses. But in the musical, the verse is sung twice, but it's once Prince Charming singing to Cinderella and then Cinderella singing it back, and that didn't quite work for a solo. And then last week, I found myself saying one of the lines in the song, and so another verse came out. So, 10 minutes ago I saw you. I looked up when you came through the door. My head started reeling. It gave me the feeling the room had no ceiling or floor. 10 minutes ago I met you, and we met at our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I had found him. He's an angel with the dust of the stars in his eyes. We are dancing, we are flying, and he's taking me back to the skies. In the arms of my love I'm flying, over mountain and meadow and glen, and I like it so well that for all I can tell I may never come down again. I may never come down to earth again. 10 minutes ago I saw you. You showed up on my friend's Facebook page. My head started reeling. It gave me the feeling that I could find love at my age. 10 minutes ago I Googled you. I found out that you now live alone. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to rush to the phone. I have found him, my old heartthrob. He is single and looking for love. I am dreaming, I am scheming, and I'm thanking my stars up above. In your timeline I'm now appearing, and we're Skyping for hours on end. And I like it so well that for all I can tell I may never go offline again. I will never doubt Facebook's power again.
Next we have singer-songwriter and longtime Vox Academy student Chris Davis singing an original work, Dry Dirt Mile.
Okay. So the quick little bit for this one is one time I had a teacher, a really this man who was he's one of my best guitar teachers, and it's like one of those stories you never can remember exactly what was said, but you remember how it made you feel. But it was something like this. He said, I was really uptight. I really wanted to get good at guitar. And he said, you have to live your music. And I pondered this for a second. Just a second. And I got out of it. I said, I don't know about you and your riddles, but I got some drinking and some girl chasing to do. So, you wait in here. I'll be back. That's 20 years ago. Okay, so. Strike a match on the skin of my tongue. I swear I'm dry, it's been over a year, man. Without as much as a beer, man. turn back. The sky overhead, it turns black. And they promised me whiskey and they promised me women. They promised me easy living. If I wander a while across the dry dirt mile, they promised me every little thing that I want. But every time I get about a halfway across, you see the sky, it starts a-raining. And I'm lucky enough, I never drown in the flood. But I get stuck in the mud. Oh no, they got me again. And I've had more chances than I'll ever deserve. I'll never learn. Oh! I'll never learn. What is it? No, there's something else.
Yes, there really is. Money. Is it money?
Money's taken care of.
Okay.
The women always have the money. So.
Oh,
Well, they promised me whiskey and they promised me women. They promised me easy living. If I wander a while across the dry dirt mile, they promised me every little thing that I want. And every time I get about a halfway across, you see the sky, it starts a-raining. And I'm lucky enough, I never drown in the flood. But I get stuck in the mud. Come close, I want you to know how hard I struggle just to stay on the ground. But I'm a-sinking down, and actions are louder than words. Don't look at me, baby, I stutter like nerds. When they promised me whiskey, they promised me women, they promised me easy living. If I wander a while across the dry dirt mile, they promised me every little thing that I want. And every time I get about a halfway across, you see the sky, it starts a-raining. And I'm lucky enough, I never drown in the flood. But I